Hey guys, so I'm going to quickly go over on how to install Boost Roulette manually. Sometimes you have to do this just because the install with BakkesMod doesn't run the plugin manager executable. And that could happen due to either browser settings, an extension you have, antivirus, or some other system settings. And instead of trying to find the root cause, it's honestly probably just easier to install the plugin manually. It's only a few steps, and once you know how to do it for one plugin, you pretty much know how to do it for any plugin because they follow like the same structure. So to start, all you need to do is go over here, click on this, and download the files. And then you want to extract the folder you just downloaded. So now with the extracted plugin, we need to figure out where to put these files. And you got to put it in where BakkesMod is installed. And the easiest way to find where BakkesMod is installed is first just make sure it's running, but once it's running, it should be sitting down in your tray down here. And if you open up the BakkesMod and you get the little window to pop up, all you have to do is do File and then Open BakkesMod folder. Now this is where BakkesMod is installed, and you might notice that this folder matches this plugins folder right here. And this is kind of the pattern for installing a plugin manually. So I'll go into the plugins folder on my extracted plugin, and then I'll go in the plugins folder on the BakkesMod install, and all I have to do is drop this DLL in here. And now you'll notice there's a settings folder, so I'm just going to do the same thing. Go in the settings folder for the plugin I just downloaded, and then go in the settings folder for the BakkesMod install, and then I just drop the .set file in here. Now this, you have the plugin installed manually, but when you run Rocket League, you won't see the plugin, and that's because the plugin's not loading automatically at start. So to do that, to make sure it runs or it loads automatically at the start, you need to go back to the home for BakkesMod install, and then go inside the CFG or the config folder. And then you go down here and you have a plugins.config file. So I'm going to open this with VS Code, but any text editor works. And in here, you'll see these are all the plugins that load when Rocket League starts and the BakkesMod is injected. So to get the plugin you just installed manually to load, you're going to have to add it in here. And so for Boost Roulette, not too bad. You just got to follow like the rest and do plugin, load, and then Boost Roulette plugin. And then you can do save, and that's it. And now when we go into Rocket League, the plugin should load automatically. So I loaded up Rocket League, and I went straight into free play. And the best way to check if Boost Roulette was installed correctly is to hit F2 to open up the BakkesMod settings window. And you can go over to this plugins tab. And if you see Boost Roulette plugin, that's a good sign, so click on it. And if you see this checkbox and these sliders, that means it was installed correctly. If you don't see the sliders or the checkbox, that means something was probably loaded out of order, or maybe something wasn't put in the right spot. You can check the GitHub repo for more information on that, and that'll be linked in the description. But yeah, all I have to do is now hit this checkbox to enable the plugin, and now when I drive around, at some point, I should blow up. Boom. Okay, so that's it. You've now installed the mod correctly. Thanks for watching. Thanks for trying out the plugin. And maybe I'll see you on the field.